Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a program called Tarot, Your Love Story for January 2019. And I'm going to use these Kabbalistic cards. And the first card that I'm going to pull for you will be for your first 15 days of January. And I'm going to tackle the area of romance for you. This is a card that says you are not in a good position to take control of an ongoing romance that you have. So be very flexible, don't show your temper, don't be aggressive. Past problems are also troubling you. And if I apply this card to a new romance, you'll get somebody whose background and the past you need to check up. And be careful, this person is fuming with anger already due to something that's happened. So you'll be inheriting a problem. So think twice, give it plenty of time before you make a decision. The next card that I pull will have to do with your marriage for the first 15 days of January. And let's see what the card says. Well, it's a card that says a little spark of fire will set a flame arising. And so, in your area of marriage in the first 15 days, tell yourself what you say and what you do has to be very calmly and respectfully said and done. Otherwise, you will attract problems in your marriage area. Don't bring up problems of the past and try not to be too emotional in your approach, especially emotionally aggressive. And that way you will try to control. So your marriage situation in the first 15 days is not very steady. It's all up to you to make it stable by taking the soft approach. Now I'm going to pull the next card, which will have to do with your last 15 days of January, and I'll tackle your romance. And this card has made life even worse for you. Sudden and unexpected problems, past issues, financial issues are all troubling you and your existing romance partner, and there are many differences of how to do things. So if you value this romance, you've got to bend backwards and accept all these things. And if you have a new romance that you find in the last 15 days, tell yourself it's one that's coming with full of problems. And somehow disagreements and differences of opinion are going to make this new romance you find in the last 15 days as not nice at all. So take your time, go slow, think about it. Now I'm going to pull the next card for your last 15 days in January, and this will be to do with your marriage area. And it's not a good card. It's a card of the Hanged Man. These are only words. What it says basically is you could easily be the victim of blame with this card in the last 15 days of January. So the last thing you want to do is to bring up any kind of situation where the blame game begins. And tell yourself that something that you may do arrogantly will also produce plenty of differences between you and your marriage partner in the last 15 days. So you've got to take the soft approach. You've got to back off from anything that's catching fire, and that way you'll be better off. Now I'm going to talk to you about your lucky dates, DATES, for the whole month of January. And for the whole month of January, your lucky dates that I'm going to choose from here, it's a pretty powerful card. Your lucky dates would be the 9th, the 18th, and the 27th. 9th, 18th, and 27th are going to be very, very lucky dates for you. Whether in the romance, whether the existing one to help it, whether the new one, whether to help your marriage as well. Get cracking and bookmark the 9, 18, and 27 day and night, and a lot of harmony and a lot of bonding can be built up as well. Now, your lucky ages. So let's see what the card says about your lucky ages in the month of January for you coming from Sagittarius. And your lucky ages are going to be these. If you happen to be the ages of 18 or 27 or 36 or 45 or 54 or 63 or 72, you're going to be one very lucky person, whether for the new romance, the ongoing romance, or the marriage area. If you're not of these ages, then you need to have a 90-minute session with me, which will cost you USD 50, and I'm going to give you my email address right now. It's AndyHoro9, ANDIHORO9, the number 9, at gmail.com. AndyHoro9 at gmail.com. So send me a message and I will reply to you as soon as I can. Now about your lucky colors for the month of January. You coming from Sagittarius, oh, it's a mystical card. So the color gray comes to my mind very quickly. So wear plenty of gray undergarments, top garments, contact gray as much as you can in the whole month of January, and you'll have a lot of good luck coming from this planet, a lot of good energy, and everything you do will be perfectly under control and make you happy. Now about a zodiac sign that's going to create problems for you coming from Sagittarius, and this sign, well, there are a few signs here of zodiac, but I'm going to say that Virgo, somebody coming from Virgo is going to create plenty of issues for you in romance or marriage which are negative. So you will have trouble, and if your marriage partner or your existing romance partner comes from Virgo, and if you value these people, you'll have to bend backwards and be very receptive and negotiable, because sparks are going to fly. And generally don't talk to people of Virgo about your personal romance or your marriage areas, I would say. So somebody from Virgo can create plenty of problems. And now somebody you can form an attachment to, somebody interested in you in the month of January, or could it be you having somebody in mind, and that person from this card, I will say, comes from Cancer. So somebody born in the period of Cancer is very interested to getting something going with you in the first 15 days, in the whole month of January. And you may be also very interested in somebody in Cancer. I would say it's very positive, so go ahead and make the contact, and there's something very nicely brewing. And if your marriage partner or your ongoing romance partner comes from Cancer, things will go much more harmoniously for you. So somebody from Cancer is bringing a lot of peace of mind for you. Now, as I said, I have a 90-minute session which is going to cost you USD 50. And in this 7, 8 or 9 years that I'm going to predict for you in all areas of life, your lucky colors, your lucky gemstones, your lucky lottery numbers, all based on your date of birth, time of birth, and looking at your palms. And I will do that for you. And you can find me on Facebook or on Skype, and I've given you my email address. So by all means, contact me and we'll get something going there. Until then, thank you and good luck.